Hey everybody, welcome back to another round of Flight Club. This is round 14. We have no special guest tonight. It's just Jeff and I as we talk about the latest, what's going on in the world of RC, and as well as what's going on in society. And if you haven't been aware, if you have been living in a little hole or in your mom's basement for the past week or so, society is circling the drain pretty hard, and we're almost about to that outlet down into the septic tank.
True
But
that.
let's get this thing started. So, Jeff, my friend, what's new?
Yes.
What's new, Pussycat?
Not much, man. Another week. Back to work. Loving work. Glad to be at work. And staying busy, man. And now, we got other issues coming up in today's world, man. So it's always something to keep it interesting. How about you? How's your week been going so far?
So I finally got me a
Should I
haircut.
ask?
So I went on lunch break, and right down the road is Great Clips. Cool, pulled in.
Oh, man.
Look. I put a few of those girls through college. I know. So he went in there, and it was like the door's locked, but they have another um, store right down the road. So I called and was like, "Hey, you guys open? Sure." Getting the finer details. And of course you have to wear a mask.
Yeah,
Do you have a mask? I don't wear a mask.
me
And
either.
she's like, "Yeah, we got masks for you to have." So it's cool. So around like 5:30, they close at 6. 5:30, I show up because I checked in online, right?
Yeah.
And this girl, she's cut my hair before, and it was like one of the moments where like I've been waiting for a haircut for the past 2 months. See, like I got my haircut now, or I didn't get it cut for like another long time, maybe a week or so. The first time she cut my hair, she cut it like all wrong, and I'm easy. I'm a 3 on the side, I'm a 5 on top. Like just buzz it and then just trim around it with your clippers, and I'm done, easy and out, right? So what does she do? She takes. See if I can get the camera light in here. She takes it and like buzzes my head and like takes my hairline and moves it back. Because I had this piece
Yeah.
of hair that was like on this side. Because I got two cowlicks right here, so that's why I keep it short up here. And it was like down like this. And I was kind of like I just started messing with it. I didn't say nothing. I was being polite. I was kind of just like. Next thing you know, she goes, "Rock!" I was like,
Hey, you've heard the old saying, you get what you pay for, right?
Man, look, I used to cut my own hair until I was cutting the back of my head, right? And it was on the, I mean, I'm a 3 on the back, 5 on top. In the winter, I'll let it go like up one more size. I was doing the back of my head, and I guess I didn't snap the guard on really good. So as I go into the cut at the back of my head, I feel something hit the bottom of my collar or like the back of my neck. But I kept going, and I felt the metal in my skin, and that's when Johnny knew he fucked up.
Yeah.
So I had like this. It was probably about I don't know, about an inch and a half, 2 inches of like just a buzzed. You've heard the I like a runway strip. Well, I had like the inverse of that. It was just a nice skinny runway strip, the width of your big
Nice.
clippers on the back of my head. I didn't care because it's hair. It grows back. I can't see it. I can see this, right?
Yeah.
When I wash my
They
hands,
say, you know what they say the difference in a good haircut and a bad haircut is?
what's that?
2 weeks.
Well, wait, the way she's getting my head is probably gonna be about 3 to 4 weeks.
Hey
But
man, you got your money's worth. What was it, $8? I mean, so come
yeah,
on, don't,
it was
don't be
like $9
chintzy.
or something like that. But I mean, I always tip them good. But I mean, it's just one older chick. She always does this, and like when she when I heard her go, it's kind of like that landing strip got cut back of my head, so she had to cut and like pull back my hair. I come home and my wife's like, "Your hair, you got it short, but
Yeah.
something, your forehead looks bigger than normal." That's pretty much like her exact words. I'm like, "Love you too." I see where
Uh-huh.
this is going. And so now I knew, like, today going back to work, I knew I was going to catch hell. I knew it. I always wear a hat, but I made sure, damn sure, my hat was lower today than it's been in the past.
Damn.
And then my hat
Yes.
fell off, and the guys at the fab shop, they were like,
See, we are essential.
mm-hmm. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't.
Yep.
I've never doubted that. Look, if they can bring back, if they can bitch enough where the dog groomers can come back,
Yeah.
all groomers
And
come
look,
back.
look, my dog, the last time I took our dog to PetSmart, he's got to go back next Monday, as a matter of fact. But when I took him a few weeks ago after they opened up, cost me $115 to pick this dog up. Now, I'm just saying, dude, I told my wife, look, dogs don't complain. They wag their tail all the time. They don't care what their hair looks like. Before I will deal with a bunch of crap, I will shut the door and go into grooming dogs. You hear what I'm telling you? I mean, yeah.
Oh man.
So-
So I figured you guys might like that little story. So let's do roll call. Let's see, Pilot Jerry, Wild Bill. I know how that goes. Hope she recovers. Uh-oh. Something's going on with Wild Bill. What's going on, Wild Bill?
Mr. Josh Weaver in here tonight. Hey, Josh,
Oh,
how you
man.
doing, buddy? Good to see you,
Hey,
man.
thanks, Furball. That's a new guy. Or no,
Yeah.
that's Chuck GRC. That's still a new
Yeah.
guy. New screen name. It counts. It counts. So we
Michael
have
Ross here.
Mr. Victor Sameless. Saw your video as far as you finally got your nacelles in. Great job, by the way, on that.
Yeah.
Just because I don't comment don't mean I ain't watching.
You don't comment on mine either, so don't feel bad, Vic.
I do, just not all the time.
Mr. Dennis Charlie, what's up, buddy?
William Murgita? I hope I pronounced that right. If I don't, I apologize in advance. I got that Southern Johnson County education going on. Mr. Guniak, of course. Wild Bill,
Hello.
Channel 6. All right, Channel 6, where's Ethan? You guys are like two peas in the pod.
No doubt, right? Yeah. No, Dennis, actually, I do groom my dog in between until he gets back to the groomer for the main stuff. But, here's the thing, man. I appreciate my groomer. He's just like people coming to me for getting a haircut. Yeah, I guess you could do certain things at home, but people come to me. I carry my dog to him because it supports him. He's a great groomer. And, everybody needs to make an honest living right now. So I support him, man. He's a great guy, and he loves my dog. He's good to him. So that's why I take him to see him.
Yep, and Jackson RC Aviation. There was one guy that I just saw that my mind just went. I did say Ray. Ray. Hey, buddy. Hope you had a good week. Spencer Keith.
I'm digging the picture you got up tonight, Dustin. That's nice with the F-16, man. It looks killer.
I just typed in F-16 wallpaper. I was like,
Yeah, it looks
I know
good,
people.
man.
I know people are getting tired of seeing our L-39 with the afterburner since that's not scale. Come over to North Carolina and tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, right.
Or just, you know what? Just join. Hey, if you're in a major city, just join your protesters. I want to see a
Just
sign
protest.
that says
Yes, protest. Yes, come on.
"Scale
Bring-
RC for all."
Yes.
Oh man. So, how's everybody been doing this week? Hopefully everything is quiet in your neck of the woods. Going through a hey Jermaine, going through a rough
Buddy.
time in society. I'll just say it. I agree with it. I don't agree with the rioting. And if you don't talk about history, people would riot, but they would riot against the crown. Boston Tea Party, for example. If you're a loyalist to the crown, your shit got burned.
That's
you
right.
didn't have private entities and businesses getting burned unless they were part of the crown. But hey, that's all I want to preach or mention on the subject. But I hope everybody stays safe. Oh my lord, we got Mr.
Oh,
Captain
Captain Photon.
Photon. What is
No.
up, buddy?
Trouble's in the house.
Whoop whoop! I had to get my furry handcuffs out for that joker.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
The problem is he might like it too much.
Hey, yeah, no doubt, right?
Mm-hmm. I could see him now, right? He goes to like a painter, goes to an artiste.
He'd have to have furry Invictus, man. I'm just saying,
He'd be like go to a painter and like an artiste. It says, "Hey, I want you to paint me. Wear one of my watches. Paint me like one of your French girls."
Yeah. What's up, Mr. Nate?
Oh
Yeah, I
Lord,
see
help
you
me.
flying that A10, man. You're doing a great job. That's it's good looking, man. We're waiting on some 4,000 six cells to come in right now. HRBs. Uh,
Don't
but
beat around the
yeah,
bush.
yeah, yeah, we're waiting on those to come in. And then we'll get this thing up and flying and get it going. Um, yeah, I'm excited about that to see it done and get it built. I've been working on this T45, man. I don't know, it's been about 2 months ago. Um, I had a mishap with it. I don't know if you call it a crash. Really, I don't know. I just noticed while I was flying it, when I go to make a left turn, it would kind of be like this. Go left turn, it would do this all of a sudden. And so I was actually able to get it around to land it. Had the gear out, bringing it in. And something just happened, man, and it came in hard and fast and hit the ground, which I was fortunate. Pulled the gear out, busted up one of the wings pretty good, which fortunately I already had two brand new wings sitting here. So I've been working on it last couple of days. I left it hanging up here in the garage for about a month and a half, just staring at it, going, damn. The problem is, this is an incredible jet. It's one of my most favorite scale jets that Motion RC's ever made. Dustin's seen it fly. It's an amazing flying jet. But the thing about this jet is, man, I believe it's got gremlins. Ryan, Chris Callahan, several guys that fly this jet. They've all run across issues with this thing, from gear issues to just funky things happening, man, and me too as well. And Mr. Chris Callahan, I wish he was watching the show tonight, because he's a great pilot of this T45 out in the highlands out near Nevada, I think is where he flies. Beautiful scenery. If you guys haven't checked him out, check him out. He had one of these before. He crashed it, got another one, and now the second one he's had a lot of issues with. And then Todd Breida, with Motion RC, he actually flies this jet a lot, and he's actually noticed some things with it, with the gear. Same issues I've seen. It's one of those things you never know if the gear are going to work properly. If it works great and everything goes good and all the stars align, it's a wonderful flying jet. If they don't, well, you just don't know. But anyway, I've had to take all the components out of each wing, reinstall them. There's slats, there's flaps, there's gear doors, there's ailerons. There's a lot of components in these wings that you got to switch out. But I'm about 90% done. Fuselage is in great shape because it landed on the gear and it ripped them out because it landed so hard. So other than getting the front gear in, one more landing gear, and the couple of servos in the other wing, she'll be about done. And we're going to try it again, man. But it's an incredible jet, guys. Very scale, beautiful jet. Love it. Take nothing from it. I just wish Motion RC or whoever it concerns would work the kinks out of this jet, because it is one of the nicest, most scaled jets that I think Motion RC puts out, and that's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's one of the things, I've mentioned before. As far as like features, man, it's just so loaded with features that I kind of suspect its own pro is also causing its own con, right? Because you have all these mixing boards, all these electronics. Because it's got the leading edge slats, it's got the air brakes. There's a lot going on with it.
You got these that each wing goes into as well. And then, of course, everything plugs into another box in the center. The biggest thing for me has been gear issues. I cycled gear several times before each flight. But that particular day that I had this issue, I don't know what happened, man. It was just a weird glitch with an aileron or something, and it would do this all of a sudden. And I was lucky enough to get it down without tearing it all to pieces. But I sit here and I look at it hanging in my garage, and I'm like, man, you're not going to beat me, because you're too beautiful to not get back flying. And when I've got all the parts practically to fix it, I had the wings. All I had to do was transfer out some parts. I just couldn't let it hang there. So hopefully, I've been documenting the whole series with putting this thing back together, taking out everything in the wings. So I'm gonna be bringing that to you guys, let you see what I'm doing. Um, Hopefully, you'll learn something from it. I don't know, man. I'm just I'm still baffled as to what it is. It's an incredible jet, I can tell you that.
Right. So since you have your trailer, you never take this plane apart, right?
Well, no. In a lot of my planes, I bring into the garage or I bring in the house. I rotate them. You know what I mean? I rotate them around.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what I'm going to be flying.
Right. Because what I was going to say is why not just go ahead and bypass all the circuit board on the wing and just do like just do two, well no, three, was it the 3-wire harnesses or 4-wire harnesses, and just directly link them to the receiver. At least you could do it on the flaps, gear. I don't know about the slats, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, here's another thing, Dustin. Though, my radio is an 8-channel.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 9-channel bird, so therefore I've got landing flaps and slats in one. So therefore, when I go to full flaps to land, my slats come out at the same time. Because it does widen the wing, it gives you a wider wing. It slows this plane down nicely. I don't ever use air brakes, even though I've got them hooked up. They do function. I could bypass that channel because I don't use it. But I want to be able to show them off. You're at the field. It looks good. But I mean, I don't so much think that I don't think it's these that all of your stuff in the wing plugs into, and then your main cable goes from here to the actual plane itself. I don't think it's these. Now another thing, this is just my thought. You got slaps, flats, you got gear doors, and you got gear. That's 4 things. So if you're deploying gear, putting flaps down, putting slats in, and the gear doors are working, that's a lot of stuff, man, on each wing on one BEC.
Right.
So I have tried in flying this plane to deploy gear first, then go to landing flat, take off flaps, and then landing flaps, and do everything in a step procedure. Again, you never know, man. I mean, Ryan even ran into the same issues with gear issues. I mean,
right. Yeah, because Ryan was saying that his went in on the second flight.
Yeah.
His first one did, and
my first one went in on the first flight. So I brought it home in a 1-gallon ice cream bucket, man.
Yeah, I remember you telling about that.
Yeah.
But so that's like on the F-14 that I went with the Castle.
Yeah.
Castle RC. They're 20 amp BEC, just as a safety net. It's like 13 amps continuous power, then peak goes up to 20. For the money, it's hard to beat. It's very hard to beat.
Right.
But then again, because you got sweeping wings, you got flaps. The elevator servos are high tech, so they draw more. And I was about hovering at like 3.5 amps, I believe. And that BEC, like I like to have a safety net, a safety margin, because when you initiate something like a servo or anything, and this goes across the board, you're gonna have a spike of current. And sure, that BEC can handle that because it's all, excuse me, it can handle it. But how well can it handle it? What's the repeatability to it? So that's why I just went with it, because this is the most money I have in any bird, period. So I wasn't about to let a little BEC risk it. Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but it says Ryan was saying the gear are Gremlins 2, and Ryan, I've got kits made. I had to get all the kits out that people were like that had did the hype pre-buy, and I've got to get a kit out to the Chris RC Geek, and I'm waiting on the material to come in, because I got the material supposed to come in this week, and I'm waiting on one sensor so I can cut out some more battery trays. If you don't want the battery tray, that's cool, but do it as a whole kit, that shebang.
Right.
But if the plane is already together, it's not that it's hard to put it in, but you kind of gotta squeeze it in there.
Yeah.
That's just because of the design of it. You still can put it in there, but it's kind of it's cumbersome. It's not hard, but it's cumbersome.
Right.
On there. So just throwing that there. Hey Deuces. Hey buddy.
What's up, Mike?
And Kenny, Keith Christie. So so the good news on the home front, I might be getting another machine. No, it's not another CNC machine. Well, it runs CNC code, but it's not a mill. Been having some slight issues with my mill, so we'll see how the manufacturer fixes that. It's nothing detrimental to the machine as far as it still works, still cuts parts beautifully and stuff like this. It's just an oversight is engineering for materials that were used in certain locations. And I'll kind of leave it at that because I don't want it to turn into excuse my language, I'll say this. I don't want it to turn into like you're trying to shit on a company. It's you got to work with a company. You try to work with them, right? You lead a horse to water, and just hope for the best. Nowadays, it seems like everybody they're too eager to. Oh, well, so and so did this wrong, and therefore they're a crappy company, and don't ever buy from them, blah blah blah. And I ain't trying to be like that at all. So yeah, but
That's like my mom always said: you get more bees with honey, So
yeah, and the dealer of the machine, they've been great. I can't speak highly enough of them. They've been great. It's just kind of the factory, but in the same sense, the factory does. They see both spectrums of the machine world. They see the people that don't know what maintenance is, let alone how to spell it. Then you get people like me that put their life savings into this, and we take care of our machines because they'll take care of us or take care of me. But yeah, we'll see what happens and how it goes. But been dealing with that since about March, and I was like, I'll give them 2 months.
Yeah,
6 weeks. 6 weeks from this week will be the end of it. So it's either put up or shut up at that point.
Yes.
Because I'm not. It just ain't right, from my opinion. Well, in my opinion, excuse me. But we'll see. So what's new with everybody? I know you guys have got, with everybody in here, I know we have got to have some good news.
We saw pilot Ryan do another great flight on the MiG-29 with a modification that he did to the nose wheel.
Mm-hmm.
That looked pretty cool. Good call on that one, from what I could tell.
So is the nose gear just is the plane just sitting nose down, or is it that strut is just on the softer side, so you need that spacer to kind of get that nose pointed up, so it has like an angle of attack already?
I think the spacer keeps the spring from compressing as far, because it's a soft spring. Now, if you could put a firmer spring in there, that would make a huge difference. But like he said, rather than having to outsource another spring, they just added a 1/4-inch piece of nylon in the tube and put the spring back in, which is going to keep the spring from compressing as much as it would normally, So
right. That was the one video I did actually get to watch today, because it's like strut modifications. I was like, sweet. I have some time in.
Well, it's just like my A10. Instead of putting nylon in the tube on my A10, my big one, I put a piece of clear tubing around the strut, which won't let it compress but so far, and that makes a huge difference on the A10 landing, because it doesn't have a tendency to bounce as bad. You know what I mean? But yeah, Ryan was basically talking about, instead of outsourcing a stiffer spring, putting the 1/4-inch piece of nylon in the tube, which makes perfectly good sense. So good call on that, man.
Yeah, you're just limiting the travel. The only hindsight of that is and again, you really shouldn't do it on you shouldn't have a problem with it. The only issue that you could run into, since it has this higher spring rate at that point, is if you did land kind of hard, say on the mains, and drop the nose down, you have a higher chance of uh, of messing the front gear up. But it's one of those things where it could happen to any plane. It's like the A-10 with the whole Bronco bouncing. I think part of it was due to the landing gear, but at the same time, it's watching people land. They hit that nose gear first instead of the mains, and it just pops that center gun back up because there's a lot of moment arm.
I tell you though, watching that video today of Ryan, he landed that thing pretty hard a couple of times, and I mean I was impressed with the gear, especially the mains. And he even he called it. He said, "Wow, that was a little hard." Yeah, I mean, for what I saw, as hard as he was landing just on the mains, not including the nose gear, it took a good lick a couple of times. And when he got back, he cycled the gear, everything, nothing looked bent.
Good, excellent.
I was pretty impressed by what I saw with it,
What about putting quarter-inch smaller wheels on the mains? You could possibly do that. I mean, you're still receiving this. You're still doing the same thing. However,
that ain't gonna change the fact that strut is too soft, and it's got a lot of flex in it, man. Right. That's what I'm saying. If you push down on that nose, it wants to compress too much.
Right.
And that's what's causing. Like he even was talking about rollout. When if the nose is compressed on rollout, it didn't want to lift off well. So
right.
I get what he was saying there, man. Yeah. So I don't think that would make a difference either, Kenny. I don't.
Yeah, Kenny, you'd have to go with more than that. Quarter-inch smaller, because you're adding a quarter-inch spacer, so that's going to give you more up in the nose. So to do the same thing in the rear, you actually have to go much smaller wheels because you're talking about diameter, right? So you lower to quarter-inch. You're only if you have a wheel that's a half-inch and you go down a quarter-inch smaller,
right?
You're only lowering it by half of that amount, by the difference of half of between the new wheel and the old wheel.
Right.
Just kind of putting that out there if anybody's thinking about doing that. So, but yeah, I've seen a lot of people have been getting this plane. A lot of people have been having really good things to say about it. And the scale fidelity is really cool in the sense that the scale matches up with the E-flite SU-30, which is, But you haven't, you did. You haven't got the light burner kit in it yet, have you?
No, it's right here. Actually, Ray got that to me.
That's right. You got Ray's in there. Sorry, my apologies.
Yeah. Don't even go to the. Come on, man. What are you doing?
No, as I said it, I'm
like your damn head off.
No, like as I'm saying it, here in the back of my head is like, you idiot, you big idiot, right? I was like, it's kind of like when you was like, hey, what country are you from? Europe.
Everybody likes a smart ass, Dustin. Okay, all right. I'm just saying, man. Right.
Oh man. Even your wife called me to call you out on that.
I know.
We always have diarrhea of the mouth at some point. That's why the show's live. But yeah. So when any idea when you're going to get that guy in the air? Because I know you've been working with your buddy Brian.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to help him, man. Matter of fact, I just enjoy it. I love working with somebody and helping them out. And he's doing a great job. Biggest problem though, it's hard, man, when you're a good friend to somebody and you really want to see them succeed, but yet, he's into the safe, man, and you got to get somebody out of that safe. And when they have taught themselves how to fly with safe, it's just hard because they're scared to come out of it. And I get it, but you learn bad habits and bad muscle memory with safe. You you cram a stick left, and that plane's only going to bank this much. With safe on, you cram it full left without safe, and it's going to do this. And safe can teach you some bad habits, man, and that's what he's realizing that now. And he asked me yesterday, as a matter of fact, he called me, he said, look, man, he said, would you please take some time and just please help me get out of safe? I'm ready to move forward. And I said, yeah. I said, but dude, you know, you got to do it. And you don't need to be flying jets when you do it. You need to go back to your mall or something with a high wing and learn that plane without safe. And he agrees. So he understands and he gets it, you know, and it's that fine line, man. You don't ever want to offend anybody, but yet you don't want to see anybody get hung in a rut. And safe, it's kind of like RC Demon Driver said, Chris, a week or, you know, when we were talking a week or so ago, he said safe is a great thing, but it also sets you up to fail. He's right, man. You know, look, when I flew that F-16 by E-flite, the minute I took off with that thing, I could not wait to get safe off because I couldn't bank, I couldn't turn like I wanted to, I couldn't do anything like I wanted to, and I had to get it off, man, and come out of safe. And once I did, I was like, wow, now this is nice. So, you know, it's just, I don't know. I think safe is a great thing, but at the end of the day, I hear a lot of people say, oh, I fly all my stuff in safe. Well, you're not really flying that plane 100%, man. That plane's doing it for you, really, if you stop and think about it. And some people could say, well, but a gyro's no different. Expo's no different. Blah, blah, blah.
Everybody has their contingencies and how they like to fly.
Right on. Exactly. And me personally, I love a gyro. Me personally, I love Expo. You know, call it what it is. But safe limits you to what that plane can do and what it allows you to do as a pilot. And I'd say you got to be careful with it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's like, you know, I said it before and I'll say it again. When I was made in those 3 jets, never flew a jet before other than the F-15, 64 million from E-flite, that I knew when I come off a safe, hey, don't throw it that 100% like you were doing. Just ease into it. And I'd get up high, and it was when I was going from left to right or right to left, you know, very level flight, and turn it off safe real quick and start, you know, doing the rolling maneuvers, just wing rollovers, just to see, like, how much input I needed. And then, too, again, I was overthinking it in the sense of, like, oh, man, if I added, like, a 1/4 inch of stick throw, it's going to really, like, go into like a drill bit style fashion, and that wasn't the case at all. I mean, it flew just like a high wing in my opinion, and this is for me because my carbon code was souped up at the time. Bigger prop, bigger motor. You could make that thing. It's almost like a 3D plane in a sense at that point. So I was used to the speed element of it, but the jets, the thing that I was most concerned about was the landing aspect, because you didn't have that prop wash over the wings to at least generate some type of lift. And it's like a lot of these guys that have gas powered or nitro fuel, let's just say that, to please everybody. You know, a lot of times when I see these guys come in, they're really just putting it at idle, or maybe like 1 or 2 notches above idle, and they're just and just bring it all in, right? Yeah, that's one thing. When you start to lean on that safe a little bit too much, that's when it can bite you. And again, I'll be adamant too about it. On my planes, I have safe set up in all my rigs. It is the hopefully gets you out of jail free card. It's the backup plan for the backup plan, right? It's plan C. Plan A fails, go to B.
But you know, it goes back to the same old argument, Dustin, of some people saying, well, you know, a gyro helps you. Well, you know.
So does power steering in your car.
Exactly. And, you know, it's kind of like safe is a good thing. You know, Mike Keller was saying that, you know, I use safe quite often. Well, I get it. And there's nothing wrong with it, and I don't take away from it. But at the end of the day, you've got to learn how to correct that plane in a situation. You've got to learn how to figure out what you need to do, and safe is not allowing you to do that. And because it is safe. And so therefore, if you ever try to fly a plane and you don't have safe, you don't know how to correct in those situations. You don't know how to fix those situations. So chances are very likely you're going to crash. It's like having a bicycle with training wheels, and somebody takes them off and says, well, ride this bike, and you've never ridden it before. You're going to fall, more than likely. So I don't take nothing from safe. Nobody, please don't understand. I don't take a thing from safe from somebody learning how to fly. It's a great thing. It's a great tool. But at the end of the day, you know, if a plane starts to do crazy things, you've got to learn how to deal with that. And safe kind of prohibits that, you know. So I don't know. I just I don't know how the best way to transition from it is. I mean, and like, you know, my friend Brian, I mean, he's a damn good pilot, man, and I know I've got more confidence in him than he has in himself. I've seen what he can do.
Oh, he's came a long ass way in such a short amount of time, man. That's crazy.
And to be flying an F-16, damn, come on. I mean, you got to give the guy hats off, man. I mean, even in safe, that's pretty damn impressive. But he wants to get away from it, and I know he's a good enough pilot that when he does, he'll go, damn, this is what I've been missing. And
right.
You know, you got to experience the full ride, man. You know, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say is have him, you know, fly the, you know, of course, get up high, but as he's making that straight pass along the runway, you're parallel to the runway, is just to flip it off, and, you know, give it a little bit elevator up, give a little elevator down, and just, you know, give that little bits of control movement just to see what the plane does, and kind of just get used to it. Even if you're sitting there just flying in a circle, right, or just do some figure eights, do it up high, because I know, you know, the biggest thing is the trees right there at the runway, or on the other side of the runway, and just keep doing that.
Well, but, you know, Dustin, I think the biggest problem is, you know, like I said, when you take, well, you know, you've got somebody that's been flying an F-15 and flies it very well in safe, okay? And you take them out of safe, and all of a sudden, you know, your muscle memory on that radio is used to being able to bank that plane. You have to almost cram that stick all the way left or right to make it fully turn. Well, when you make that turn, the plane is also inputting elevator, which keeps the plane at a certain angle of attack in that turn. It may even add rudder if there is rudder. The F-15 doesn't have rudder, but it does have elevator. So when you go in to make that left turn, it's allowing that plane to go nose up and turn. Well, a couple of weeks ago, you know, I said, okay, flip your safe off, and he did. And when he went, and he flew it, he was coming. I said, man, you're doing great. Well, when he came around, he got far away from him, number one, which was, I told him, I said, that was your first mistake. You got too far away. But he went to make his turn, and when he did, the plane did like this and went into a soft field, fortunately, and he was able to fix it. It was great. But when he turned the plane, he didn't add any elevator to bring it up. And so, therefore, as soon as he made that hard turn with the left stick crammed all the way to the left, it did like this and it did like that, okay? Whereas the safe is going to make it do this and do that. You see what I'm saying? And
yeah, because safe just has that mixing board in it to where when you apply the left aileron, it applies that up elevator.
Yes, but the problem is he beat himself up over it, and that's what I don't want to see him beat himself up, man, because he's too good a pilot to sit here and beat himself up over a simple mistake when he's got to figure it out and he's got to learn, and what a better plane to do it with, especially if he's going to fly a jet. It's one that cost you an arm and a leg, and it was very fixable. I think he had to put a new nose cone on it, which he had, so he had it ready to fly the next day.
Right.
But again, he was nervous about it. He's like, man, you see, that's why I'm scared to come off the safe. I'm like, but you flew it good a couple of circuits before you went down with it. So, you know, I mean, it's a learning curve. But let's face it, we all learn thumb and dexterity and memory, man, and it's
Oh
part of
yeah.
it. And when you fly on safe all the time, and your hands get used to cramming those sticks, left to right, and that plane is very docile and it flies very nice and does it. Then when you're out of safe, man, and you're cramming those sticks, that damn plane's gonna be responsive. You know what I mean? So it's a
Right, and
totally
that's what I'm
oh,
saying. Like when you come out of safe, you've got to think about it. You got to be like, you're flying it. All right, made a right hand turn. All right, base leg. Now we're straightened up, parallel with the runway, going off safe. And it's like when you realize and say to yourself, "I'm going off safe." Do not do what you're talking about, where you're throwing the stick left to right, up and down. Just give it just that little bit of input. Just see what it does. Just see what it
right.
does. Now, what I will say that I won't do is I won't turn my rates down. Because E-Flight is really good about their 100% and 70%. I've never had a plane that
Now,
was
just to give you just to make sure we're clear, so you know what I did with his plane, his F-15. I took it and I put it in the same rates as it came with safe. Okay, so in other words, when you come out of safe, I had his dual rates for high, the same thing that the plane did in safe, and I had it for low, the same thing it did in low. So that did not change, and I also add 30% expo across the board, okay, to soften the sticks. But again, the biggest problem is when you're used to, because look, dude, I ain't never flown safe on nothing until I flew it on that damn F-15. All right,
right.
when I trimmed it out for him the first day, and man, let me tell you something, dude. When I got that damn plane up in the air and I couldn't bank so hard and I couldn't turn and come back around towards me, dude, I was like, get me the hell out of this. You know what I mean? How do you turn this? Look, I'm going, where's the damn switch? You know what I mean? And once I turned it off, I had already set up everything in this radio to fly with high, medium, and low rates. And man, it flew like a damn dream. And Brian even said, he said, go on, Jeff, fly it like you want to. I flew the piss out of it and landed it like it was on rails, you know?
Right.
But that damn safe, man, it was monking me up because I've never flown with it. And it limited me to what I'm used to doing. You know what I'm saying, man? It'd be like turning safe on your damn Bayhawk, man. I seen how you ripped that Bayhawk up that day. Put safe on it and let me see what you do with it. You'd be like old grandma riding around the parking lot. You hear what I'm
Oh,
telling
I
you?
know. Oh, I know. It's like I would take the I always bring out like the F-15 or F-16, and I take it because they're talking about a 64 millimeter. I use safe because it already has the elevator mix with the throttle. Sure, I can make my own mix, but it's already built in. Like, why make things complicated already?
Right.
But yet, this is kind of comparing apples to oranges in a sense because we're talking about a toss and boss plane. Because then I'll go in there and mix, set the plane up as if it has flaps, and I got a video on this. So go to my channel and just type in flaps, and it'll come up. So what I do is I set the plane up, even if the F-16 doesn't have flaps, set it up as if it did have flaps, like a high wing, and I have it on a switch, and I put in like maybe 5 to 10% of additional up elevator, so I make sure that plane, when I throw it, it's going to go up. And
Right.
it gives you more time to comfortably get back on the stick, so you're not sitting there like dumb thumbing, or you're trying to like get back on the control like really fast. Because look, what's the saying? Smooth is fast, or excuse me, smooth is fast. Dadgummit. This is the type of week I've been having right here. That's gonna piss me off.
Brain fart.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast.
Mhm.
There you go. That's an old saying from the firearm community and industry. Because a lot of it times is guys, when we're doing drills or when we were doing like shooting competitions, your firearm is holstered. So the time you get from your holster, bring it up, present, push out, squeeze off a round, guys, they would try to like really push themselves and not have the muscle memory to really do it. So now they're dumb thumbing, prime example, we have one guy at the range where he really pushed things too hard to the point of it being dangerous, because as he's coming up and unholstering, his trigger finger, right, Because as you pick up your firearm, you pick it up with your finger outside the trigger. You only really put your finger on the trigger when you know what's in front of you. Your target knows what's behind it. And as he's coming up, that finger slipped into his trigger guard, and he had a negligent discharge, which means a negligent discharge. He didn't mean the gun to go off, but he had that finger in that trigger as he come up and shot the ground about 10 feet in front of him. And that's when we had we stopped. Anything you have an event like that, you stop the course of fire. Technically, he got DQ'd, but he still allowed him to shoot, but he didn't get no points for that match.
Yeah.
So we have to shut things down, shut the stage down, talk to him like, all right, what went wrong? And you have to kind of do this assessment where you talk with the individual, and as you talk with them, you make sure that they understand what went wrong, why it went wrong, how to prevent it, and why did they necessarily do this. Yeah, kind of get on my little tangent there regarding that subject. So yeah, safe. And look, I know some guys are like, I never use safe, I've never been safe, and blah blah blah. And I like George Watts's his analogy a while ago. What he said, it's like it's like kissing your mom but not getting like the full experience. Instead of a girl or something like that. I'm gonna have to find that now because you were talking and really into it. I didn't want to start laughing. I didn't want you to think I was laughing.
He said it was like taking your dad out on your first date.
Yeah, it was something like that. But I remember I saw like your mom, and you get like the full experience. I'm like, that's some deep stuff right there.
Yeah. A little scary there.
Oh man, but
and that's the thing. I mean, I just, like I said, I told Brian, I said, man, I'll help you any way I can. I mean, because he is a great pilot, and to me, as far as he's come, man, he's doing phenomenal. So we're definitely gonna work with him and get him going, and hope all you guys will stick around and support him and watch the videos, because But look, the funny thing is, and this is the funny damn thing, I'm helping him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it was last weekend. We're out there flying, and our sun sets in the west, which is across the field. You've been there, so and it's kind of in your. Well, as it starts to go behind the trees, it shades the other side of the field. So I said, well, I'll walk across the field, and I'll fly with the sun to my back. And Brian and another friend were sitting there watching me fly the F-15, and I'm killing it, man. I'm just having the best time ripping it around. All of a sudden, dude, I fly my damn F-15 right into the windsock pole. Blam! Tore the damn wing off of it, busted the nose off of it. But hey, I had it back flying in about 15 minutes with foam tack, guys. Get you some foam tack. Proud sponsor of the Jeff's Custom RC YouTube channel right here, guys.
Yeah, so Jeff Watts said, safe is like kissing your mom or sister. It's kissing, but you ain't getting a full kissing experience. There's nothing that keeps you up at night than thinking about tonguing your old mom or sister. Hey, does it count as your stepsister? Because technically it's not blood related.
That's scary. Damn.
I had a guy in high school that dated his third cousin.
Hey, look, I'll tell you something else on this T-45.
She was hot enough to where a lot of guys would probably be like, screw it, I'm down.
Yeah.
But sorry, what were you saying about the T-20 or the T-45?
No, what I was going to say was the other day when I was taking this thing apart to fix the wings, I've got video of all this, and I'll be showing it to you guys, but man, I don't fly my mess in wet grass, okay? I mean, that's just how it is. Well, when I take the back end off of this thing, you guys would not believe the buildup of green, like underneath the deck of your lawnmower where the blades turn, how green with buildup it is.
Mm-hmm.
The shroud on this fan, man, was like built up green, from grass, and I was like, damn, that's not good. That can't be giving me good airflow. So I took the whole fan out, took the fan blades off. Fan blades weren't bad. It was a shroud. Cleaned cleaned the shroud really good. Got all the grass out of it. Had to use some grease lightning in there with a Scotch-Brite, but it looks brand new now. But you guys, you wouldn't believe it. Probably I'm guessing from just the condensation or the moisture in the air, and then if you're flying on grass, and as nice as our field is, you're still going to get some clippings in there, and that fan's just mulching them up because it's hard mulch. It's what it looked like in my shroud. So guys, note to self: check your fans periodically if you're flying off of grass because it does decrease your flow, and you definitely want to take them out, clean them really good, put them back in. It'll definitely pick up your speed. It'll pick up your efficiency, your battery life. So I'm anxious to see just how much better this plane flies with the grass cleaned out of the shroud, man. It ought to be pretty damn cool. So, yeah.
Did you see Mike's comment about safe? If everybody missed it, here you go. Safe is like wearing a chastity belt at an orgy. I love these guys. They're on my level. Oh man, you guys are some twisted individuals, and I love every single one of you.
I mean, you could have gone with buffet. You can't eat off of, but no.
Right. Oh gosh, chastity.
Good call there, Mike. Good call.
That is freaking funnier than hell. Oh, I love it. Love it. But let's get things rolling with. Since we're on the subject of Mike, here's his buddies, Bayhawk. I think this is the FMS. So this is the one that I flew. That excuse me, that I need to balance the fan because it sounds absolutely horrible. Very nice takeoff. Very nice roll. So this is his mating. Wow. Now we got to talk about kissing cousins and stuff. The hell.
Now you're mating. I mean, come on, man.
What are you doing? I'm mating in the air right now. Hold on. What are you mating? L-22.
And Mike, it's not fair that you've got such a great place to fly with AstroTurf, man. It's not even fair, okay? So just say it, all right?
I'm gonna find me AstroTurf place to fly at. If there's some kids in there, the hell would. I'm gonna kick their tails off of it.
It's Geotech, man. I mean, come on, you know?
Right. Excuse me. That Bayhawk though, it's such an easy jet to fly.
It looks nice, man.
And the fact that it's red and it's got that blue vert. Yeah. The only thing I did do different with my FMS is I did take the landing gear doors off because they're like wired. They're mechanical, and they really weren't. I couldn't get them to repeat, and I sit there and mess with it, to the point where I just took them off because one would come up, one would halfway come up. You go to adjust one, and then the one that did come up wouldn't come up anymore, so it'd sit flush. Oh, nice.
You see what Photon said.
AstroTurf is kind of gay. Oh, he's just jelly.
Yeah.
At Boise State, blue AstroTurf. RC Marshall. Oh man! So here he comes in from the land. It just glides right on in.
Man, that is a sweet jet.
Mm-hmm. And see, what I like about him is on his maiden, he like set the plane up, didn't land it, but he set it up to get the feel for it. He didn't commit into landing like most guys, and that's what I see on even with experienced pilots. And I've caught myself doing it too. Is like when it's time to land, like it's time to land. You're floating on E. No, take the time, get it trimmed, get a feel for it, and then just start doing your landing passes, or landing setups, just so you can get a feel for it, especially for the sit rate.
That was like Ryan today with that MiG-29. You see how low he come down with that thing, man? I mean, he was like almost on the damn ground with it, man. That was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Sit up here. Yeah,
I
so
want
he's
some
coming in.
AstroTurf, man. I need AstroTurf.
I love. So my thing about flying is watching how people land.
Yeah,
Landing to me is the most fun. Look, he just sets it down. Bloop.
yes. Huh.
Beautiful. Round of applause for
Hmm.
that. That was excelente. Let's see. So okay, so this is we're talking about the T-45 crash. So this
Yeah.
I've kind of got to that point where if you haven't seen this, this is actually pretty cool because I was watching as you were talking earlier to kind of get everything set up. So
Yeah.
check this out. Apparently he looked
Huh.
away for like 2 seconds, and then before you knew it, um, I don't want to spoil it, but just check it out. it's like it's like he purposely belly landed it, but he says like he didn't mean to. Like
I mean,
it just happened.
I'm telling you, man. This damn jet has gremlins, dude. Ryan knows it. He'll tell you.
But I thought that was pretty cool.
But damn, it looked awesome though, didn't
Yeah, it
it?
did. It, like I thought at first when I saw it, I thought like his landing gear just didn't deploy, and that was that. But no, reading the description on it, he was saying how that. Oops, back up here. He was saying that no, it just did it.
Well, he was having some issues with it. It was doing something stupid anyway,
Mm-hmm.
and then he took right back off with it again. And I mean, it did fine. But he even said, "What the hell was that? What's going on?" And I mean, I'm telling you, man. If any of you guys have got this jet, it's beautiful. It is amazing. But man, it's kind of like damn possessed. I don't know. I love it. Uh, and it is cool as crap with all the scale details it's got,
Mm-hmm.
but
And the features, yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's got some issues, man. I wish Motion RC would really work on it hard. You're right, Wreckham Roy. Yeah, we've talked about that, man, and he's got a new DX9 now, so we can do that. So yeah, good point, buddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Bill, if you fall off of grass with the motion one, there's a toss up, kind of like with the A10, whether or not you need to upgrade the landing gear. Um, it's really your choice, but for a few extra bucks, why not go ahead and have the better landing
Yeah,
gear
yeah,
for it? It's kind of like you can almost classify people that fly just like how people drive. You got some really good flyers, you got some okay flyers, and you got some people that the plane goes up and you're like, it ain't coming back down in one piece, or it's going to suffer some type of damage. Um, like we have a guy at the field that great guy, but he just hustles along, and he doesn't keep a plane long enough, and he just buys whatever's came out, flies it for a few weeks, and then sells it and gets the next like hottest thing. So he doesn't have time to get used to it. So he's always kind of like chasing his tail
yeah.
to get like an overall feel for it. But here's LJ Hobby Life with his MiG, Error's MiG, because he got it this past weekend and was eager to get out and start flying it. But yeah, this is typically how I fly right here. On the pass toward me, give that presentation pass, climb, exit out, and just to keep doing your circuit. And then maybe on the back end of the circuit, do some loops, do a hammerhead, you know, do kind of whatever you want to do. So Dave was saying that the high performance Bayhawk comes with upgraded landing gear, and I guess it comes with a. Yep. So you see right there, he hit he hit that nose gear first, and see how he bounced. Right. So that nose is somewhat elevated. That nose gear is somewhat elevated, but just come on.
Wow,
See, he
yeah.
just dropped it, right?
Yep.
And that's kind of what happens like with the A10, right? So now you have all this build up kinetic energy, or excuse me, potential energy, and then it's going to turn it into kinetic when it bounces off, when it bounces back up like that. So you got to be careful. But great flight. I'm glad it didn't look like it hurt the plane at all. So I'm happy for him. But
Well, I'm telling
that's
you,
just a
man,
cool plane,
Ryan
though.
was taking some hard licks on that thing today, man, and it, damn, the nose of that one's almost on the ground right now. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Ryan was taking some hard licks with that one, but it didn't seem to mess with it a bit. But I definitely believe stiffening that nose gear up has got to help, man, because like what you just saw in that video, that nose gear, I mean, that nose was touching the ground.
Yeah.
Um, and if you've got something in that strut, it can't go down but so far. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I mean it's. Oh yeah. So it's almost like the strut got bent back. It collapsed. Just for really just, and I'm just saying my opinion on it. I mean, agree to disagree in some cases, but he just had too much of a descent rate coming in a little bit too hot for it. Luckily, I'm glad that nothing happened to the plane as far as getting damaged. Maybe a servo gear, worst
Yeah.
case. I rather buy that than another fuse or a wing.
Oh yeah.
I did see this one, and I thought, because I was like, man, airliner grass. I remember his field, because his field on this back end is you get this like the swall of trees. So I haven't watched this yet. Um, I do know that he. Oh, so it looks like he just rolls out here. He's, he's kind of close to that edge. But I like how he was doing a wheelie. This is just one cool plane to me. I mean, I'm not into airliners at all, but this is just
I gotta get mine done.
right. So it's funny because I'm sitting here looking. I'm looking at the motors and they're spinning. What does that look like? It looks like an afterburner. And I'm like, this cat ain't got afterburners in his AL 37. If it does, that's pretty damn sweet.
Yeah, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It looks like the little LED bulb.
Yeah, a little bit. But it might just be the color of the motor. I'd have to open mine up and look at it.
Hmm. Yeah, it's the color of the motor. It's just that orange and anodized gold color.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get mine up and flying, man. No doubt about it.
Hmm. So are you gonna put yours together then fly it, or are you gonna go ahead and do everything?
No, I'm gonna fly it in the box the way it is.
All right, smartass. I was gonna ask if you're gonna fly it and then do the custom.
No,
Jazz.
man. If I'm gonna break my shit out, it's gonna be right. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna have white plane out there flying around. No. And then I got to take it apart again to paint it. No.
Would you?
No, it would be done before I put it all together. That's what I've got to get. All the stars have got to line up so I can get with my buddy and go from there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's with the. I mean, I had one of the F-18s, and like that was like the plane other than the B-17 where I put a lot of work into it. Even though even though the only painting you had to do was the vertical stabs, um, it went in because of the issues, and this is before they had the publication of the elevator issue. So after that, I'm kind of like, I think I want to fly it one or two times to get it dialed in before I start putting all this labor-intensive work into it. But I mean, to each his own. I classify myself as I'm good enough to fly. I'm not an expert, but I'm not a novice. Wouldn't necessarily say I'm an intermediate pilot, but I'm just good enough to be able to fly jets, and that's what I want. Oh, now we're setting up for the landing. Oh yeah. Are you cool? I hear that fan running. I was going to ask you.
Yeah, that's actually my computer fan. It's a fan that a friend of mine made for me out of an old computer fan, and it is too damn cool. You'd have to see it.
Oh, it's a computer fan that's acting like a fan to blow air on you.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a big one. It's one of the big computer fans, about like this big.
I got you. Sorry. I
Yeah,
was watching
see,
the video.
Look,
He
and
lost
then he's got a weight on the bottom of it.
Mhm.
See, that's
Oh,
it.
that's a big one.
Damn right. But it puts out some good air, man.
Yeah, it's got some good amount of CFM.
Yes.
So check this
definitely.
guy out. I like how he. See, my thing is I like landings because to me it's like that's where all the technical aspect comes in that, and you watch like inside of a cockpit of a pilot flying and landing. And I say this mostly like with jets and carriers, like they're not just like holding the stick, kind of like, I mean, they're fighting and working the throttle, like they're moving all around, right?
Have you ever been in a cockpit, Johnny?
Yeah, it's got it settled in. Now it's just like waiting for the airspeed to lower down, and he pretty much plants all three of them at the same time. Very good, very very good. When he loses his
Either the camera flew off, Marshall, or the plane turned over. I don't know which.
But here's the video that you were talking to me about, and I remember seeing this guy, and I thought I subscribed to him, but apparently I didn't.
Oh, man, you talking about Air Guardian?
Yes.
Oh, dude, he's awesome, man. Yeah.
I mean,
You ought to see him fly an SU, man. He makes it dance in the air like it's, almost like a ballet dancer, man. It's just amazing what this guy can do. Dave Marshall. Have you ever seen a grown man naked?
oh man. Yeah, I see myself naked.
It's funny. You gotta love the movie Airplane, man. I mean, I think a bad day to stop drinking.
Yeah, I've seen the Pixar movie Planes. Yeah.
This dude here can fly a plane, man. I'm telling you, bud. He's amazing.
Well, this guy here too can fly a damn drone. I mean, check it out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you watch what he can do with a jet, man. It's just like, wow.
Dude, check
He'll
that
be-
out.
I know, man. He's amazing. Both of them are.
I
He
think
can high alpha an SU like you ain't never seen, bud. Look at that. Look.
That is
I mean,
just sick.
yeah. He's amazing what he can do. Like I said, he's almost like, it's artful the way he can do that jet and fly and alpha and the whole 9 yards, man. And he does it low too. He don't do everything up high. He does it low as well.
This is some like cinematography stuff you would see like in the movies. I mean, Northeastern FPV does a great job. These guys give them a run for the money.
No doubt. Yep. Yeah, I've been watching this guy's stuff for a long time, man. He's amazing at what he can do, and he's very humble. I mean, he's a really, really nice guy. And yes, the drone pilot with these is awesome. He's doing a great job staying with him.
So this is the SU-35, I believe. That,
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
it does. It says in the title. Dummy, read the damn title. But it's the one that's got the thrust vectoring in it,
Yes.
and that's how he's able to do those point maneuvers.
Yes. And man, I'm telling you, if you watch what he can do down low and making that thing alpha and sit there and almost sit there and do this, it's amazing.
That's kind of like fast because yeah, it was 21 minutes. I'm not trying to keep everybody's like 20 like let's see. So he gets kind of low here. Looks like I think he's coming in for a landing change, swap out batteries maybe. Yeah, so I was seeing Emax. They had their Memorial Day sale, and I was so tempted to buy one of their 4 or 5 inch. Oh man, drone took a hit. One of their 4 or 5 inch drones, and start pedaling around with that. So when next time I got out to your field, I could try to get some of this footage like this. It won't be great like this, but it'd be something.
You know, Josh Weaver had a really, really good idea, and I want to try it. I just haven't done it yet. But you know, the drone that I have will hover, especially if you set it. It'll also follow. Well, what will be cool is like Josh was saying, take the drone up to a certain height because it's got a 1080 camera on it, and then fly the plane around the drone. You know what I mean? And I want to try that, man. I've also got FPV goggles, so somebody could have those on while I was flying. But that would be really cool, man. Now, when I get really good, I'm going to wear the FP goggles, fly the drone, and fly a plane at the same time, and that'll be a damn video for you guys.
I could see it. You'd be sitting down like in one of those fold-out chairs with your sandals off, using your toes to fly the drone, and then using your hands to fly the airplane. And it'd be like one of those Apache like helmets, right?
Yes.
Where you're looking at one here and plane here.
Now you're feeling it, man.
Here, man.
Yes. Now you're smelling what I'm cooking. Yes. Hey,
I've
that would
always
be
loved this plane just because of its size, but because it's an old airframe.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I don't want to buy it and have to do a lot. Good Lord, I did a lot to the F-14. Oh, good gosh! Look how close he's getting.
I know,
Dude has
man.
no fear. I'm waiting for him to do like NASCAR and come up on that section between the two nozzles, kind of just like bump it, just rub them.
Little pushing and rubbing, you know.
If you ain't rubbing, you ain't racing.
That's right. Well, has Dave RC ever flew that pack fly yet? I mean,
I don't know.
He got it done?
I'm waiting for him to fly his F-14.
Because isn't this plane that Air Guardian's flying now a lot like that pack fly?
I believe so. I know it's a MiG, but I can't remember what the number value is off the top of my head. It's like I've seen guys that made thrust vectoring for the F-22, and it works. But I know that you can get the performance like this MiG right here.
Yeah.
But the thing about the MiG, it's like being in the States, we're not really exposed to it unless you're really, really into. Well, I thought they were actually going to hit because I thought he was going to come out of that barrel roll and jerk to the right and just kiss it, but nah, he didn't. Yeah, it looks like he's got some takeoff flaps with it as well.
That's a nice field they're flying at too, man.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Dan? So he just commented. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Dan, we need to get Dan down here and fly with us, Dustin.
Oh, you talking about me flying the FMS hard? Dan's the guy that taught me how to fly.
Come on, Dan, fly with us, man.
He's the guy that when you have him made and you kind of look at him, he has this face expression where it's like, you know, it feels fast enough. You're kind of just, your kind of faces where it's kind of bland or blank. It's like, it ain't fast enough. He's gonna come back, and that son of a gun's gonna be fast as hell. And sure enough, oh yeah, he's done that.
And that's a good looking jet. I mean, I swear though, it looks a lot like that pack file that Dave's got, man.
Yeah, 'cause this is the free wing. I do know that. Oh
Okay.
man, he gets kind of close, and even I'm over here kind of ducking. Like,
Yeah.
golly.
Man, that is sweet. Wow.
How?
You know, if that's your jet, you got to really trust that dude with that drone, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, well, you got to be sitting there like talking, like, "Hey, this is what I'm doing." You
Yeah,
know?
no kidding. Yes,
And that communication right there is key.
yes,
And it looks like they're close to the ocean.
yeah. Man, that's close there, buddy.
So where are these guys out of?
He lives in another country, I believe, man.
Hey, Boozer.
What's up, Wesley? How you doing, buddy? Glad to have you, man.
Yeah, excellent. I didn't catch you guys Sunday night, but went back and watched it. That P-47. That's the plane that I've been looking at from VQ for a while. I know they're pretty much the same brand, I believe, but it's definitely killer.
Man, it's like he's gonna fly right up in that jet, doesn't it?
Oh, don't you do this to me. I would, just for cautionary sake, I would have to put like maybe like a 1.5 like zoom lens or something, just to make it look like it's a lot closer than it is. You know, it's like your side mirrors.
Yeah,
Like objects are closer than they appear.
yeah.
Good lord. Yeah, we're a minute 30. We'll let this guy play out. This is just so cool to watch.
It's almost like soothing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why I say, man, most of this guy's videos, they're very relaxing if you watch them. I mean, just what this guy can do with a plane, it's incredible, man. I've seen him fly this jet. I mean, down low to the ground and just make it stand up and almost stand on the end and do all kinds of crazy stuff. Watch some of his stuff and you'll see what I mean. No, really, Dave, we thought he was probably changing batteries in midair, man. I mean, he might have one of those planes that comes along and refills him and he doesn't have to land. You know, just saying, I mean.
Oh man, that's so epic. What if these guys say where they're from?
He has before. Like I said, he's another country, I think.
Yeah.
I've actually seen him in the pilot's lounge a couple of times during Ryan's show. He's come in and spoke in there a couple of times in the chat.
It's very possible, Dave. He
That
could
would be
be.
badass, wouldn't it, Dave? I mean, if you come in the air and have another plane and drop you off another battery and plug it in and the canopy back on, that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be, yeah,
Hmm.
we're here. Either that or you have another battery, another plane come along and plug into your boom and charge your battery while you're flying and then fly away and yeah.
Uh,
Let's rig that up, man. Let's do that. That would be a technology video, Dave. I'm telling you, man. That would be epic. Yeah.
Dan, I fly at my parents' house, my homestead, but I went to Jeff. Jeff's over in Greenville. I went to his place. Last time I went was what, back in what, before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
Yeah. Only place I know that people will fly at in Raleigh is over by Dorothea Dix, but you know, you've got
Easy folks.
people sometimes to mess with. I'm trying to see.
We've got a couple. We've got a field over there in Wilson, Dan. But I mean, we're not that far from you. If you're in Fayetteville,
Yeah.
we've got one of the nicest fields around, 1,000 foot long, 100 feet wide. It's an actual runway for the owner's personal aircraft. So it's a regulation field, and the grass is like a fairway in a golf course. It's beautiful. We've got electricity. We've actually got RV hookups if you want to come camping. We've got a clubhouse. We've got bathrooms, running water. Yeah, grills. What else you need, man?
Hmm. A full size aircraft. That's what everybody
Other than a
needs.
swimming pool, we're good, man.
What? Hell, no. There'd be some people like this, that you know, that's on this live stream that have a swimming pool and be like, "I ain't using it. It's too cold."
Shut up, man.
That's what they
Really?
use wetsuits
Hey,
for.
I ain't Dave Marshall living down in my damn pool here. Will not. I'm an 85-degree water guy, okay?
Oh
And
man.
my swimming pool, every time it gets almost warm enough to get in here in Greenville, we have a damn cold, man. It's like for the past several mornings, it's been cool here. What was it? 2 weeks ago, we had a damn frost here.
Yeah.
I mean, trust me, dude. It's June. I'm like, it's gonna get hot,
Right.
So,
I'm the guy, man, that I honestly, I rather for it to be cold
no.
because I can add layers, right? Because the issue
Nah.
is like, and as you know, I don't have a filter, and like, and not to sound rude, but there's a lot of things that I just don't care about what other people think of me. There's to say that like if it got too hot, shirt comes off. Hell, if I got gym shorts, hey, those go on if I got jeans on. Like, look, I was in the shop one night, and can't believe I'm about to tell the story. In the shop one night, it was the middle of July, hot as could be. The temperature in the shop was 99 degrees. It's humid as hell. I'm fighting rust. I'm trying to get these parts done, tight tolerance parts. Customer just decides to come by because they saw my shop light on. Well, I couldn't get cool. I had two fans going. Of course, they're just blowing hot air. I was in my boxers, machining, and he rolls up. He knocks on the door, and like, cause we have two garage doors at the old shop. And the only thing I see was him like peeking through like this, and just like looking at me. And I looked down. I was like, "Shit, how do I explain this?" And then he walked in. I was like, "Yeah, man, caught me in my drawers. It's so hot in here." And luckily he understood and saw where I was going with it. But yeah, yeah. I saw where Ryan. I see your comment here. Motion RC carries RC cars now. When I saw that, I thought like they're saying tanks because it's like RC cars because of surface. But no, they have like a how can I word it? Looks like the cars and stuff you see from Horizon Hobby. Dave said his pool is nice at 82 degrees year round.
Yeah, fight me, Dave.
Year round.
You're down in Atlanta, brother. Hey, I mean, I'm 2 states up here, man. So I mean, it's been cool here the last few mornings. I mean, like in the 60s, and that just makes your water temperature do this. And I ain't putting my solar blanket on the pool. It's just more of a pain in the ass than it is anything. So, yeah, I get it, dude.
Hey,
Keep on talking.
Robert, I used to be in the band. I was a band geek. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm
But
right.
but we didn't do nothing freaky like like American Pie, which stays at band camp, happens at band camp, or you know what I mean. Uh, one
Hmm.
time at band camp,
Damn.
oh Lord have mercy, but refilling a turbine mid-flight would be yeah, Dave. That would be pretty awesome. Refueling a turbine mid-flight. Uh, George Watts, 82 degrees is perfect. Maybe
Yeah,
Bruiser goes.
like I
It's
said,
been 80 to 90 here year round.
I'm more of an 84 to 85. I like 90-degree pool water, especially for night swimming.
George
Uh,
Watch. George George Watch goes, no flute up the butt. Can you imagine something like that? Just look, people are just
18 wheelers, no crap, Wesley. Awesome, dude. I love an 18 wheeler. That's cool. When are they coming? Damn, that'll bring me
18
back to my
wheelers.
childhood.
Dude, you know what people? You know what? Look, if all right, if they're truly coming out with 18 wheelers, somebody should get that. Should get one and model it like, oh, what's the
Smokey and the Bandit.
no, overcharged. 18 wheeler movie. Oh gosh, I can't think of it.
Damn,
It's
I love
over
an 18 wheeler, man. I wonder if they're gonna have air brakes and all that stuff on them.
maximum overdrive. They should do like the
Yeah.
it looks like a goblin. Best way to describe it. Yeah, yeah. Do this guy. Definitely. This guy right here. This guy is begging to be made. Well, that didn't work. Begging to be made a model. That would be awesome. I love how they got the Toys R Us um, lettering and graphics, style graphics here. I remember watching that because this was filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got you.
I think that would be pretty epic.
That's the Green Goblin, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think that's what it,
Yeah.
what that
Optimus Prime
phase.
would be killer too, man.
Yeah, so Wes is saying there's a section on the website for them, for the 18 wheelers.
Man, what are they going? Can you pull it up? What are they going to run?
Let's see if they've got anything right quick.
Man, I'll be up on that. That'd be cool because I love an 18 wheeler, man. I grew up just that's what I wanted to do when I was a kid. I wanted to drive a truck. Stand out by the road, do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they've got it. Well, they don't got nothing on here yet, but under vehicles, you've got the RC trucks.
Wow. I wonder if they got a car carrier. You can put your cars on the back, your Porsches and all that. You know what I mean?
Oh, they've got a self-building crane. I remember I had one of these as a kid.
I like the CAT equipment they had on there, but I've never really seen them show it much in videos or nothing. You know, like the excavators and all that stuff. They looked like they were going to be really cool. But they never really pushed it hard. I mean,
Hmm.
did it show up or did it not? I don't know.
I don't know, 'cause I remember my crane when I was a kid. It had like the elevator
Yeah.
that went into the main shaft, basically to simulate the actual operator. Most of those operators, they have to. I don't know if it's actually an elevator or if they actually have like a ladder that they climb inside with a safety harness. I want to believe it's a ladder because that makes it easier to take apart. You just build a ladder with each section because I don't know if you guys knew this, but they build themselves up vertically, and as they get higher, they kind of tie themselves into the structure. Um, and they're able to move their counterweight in the back depending on where the load is. Nowadays, they got computers that do that for them automatically. Got your front end loader. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that like I said, that construction stuff was pretty bad, man. Looking at this stuff early on, I just haven't seen a lot about it or heard a lot about it.
Yeah, so like this looks a lot like the other player in town, right here, Team Corrali. Hell, they might be coming out of the same factory. Who knows? You never know in this industry.
No.
But I sure can tell you where the F-14 main landing gear plates are coming out of. That's for sure.
No, come on now.
They're coming straight out of Wujiang, China, or Wuhan. But yeah, man, I think that's about time to wrap it up. Does anybody got any questions?
I got any questions? Ain't got no questions. Time to go.
Like a dumb waiter. Hey, so it does have a lift. So I'm assuming you're talking about the crane. It doesn't say anything about the truckster, man. It's just a page saying it's coming in June 2020.
Oh.
Thanks, Dan. I inadvertently found my next desktop wallpaper. Before the show, I literally just typed in F-16 wallpaper, and this was the first thing that popped up. I'm like, man, that's
badass,
bad. That's
man.
bad.
I like it. It's sweet, man. I like it. Yeah. Really cool.
Right. It is June. We're not even 48 hours into June yet.
Hey.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Well, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here. It's been an hour and 32 minutes. If anybody doesn't have any other questions...
It's time together.
We're going to wrap things up. Dan, Marvin did call me yesterday, late today. I've been meaning to call him today, but I didn't have any time. I went to the doctor to get some diabetes tests done. Spent an hour and 45 minutes getting to draw blood. I was to the point where I wanted to go into the little nurse area, grab the needle myself, and just go, wow! Oh, I was getting frustrated because I was like, man, I gotta get back to work. Because inadvertently, I had made a boo-boo in a customer's order. He ordered some wire mesh, and we got lost in the stuff had changed up, and it's kind of, I'll take the blame for it. And he wanted some 6-gauge wire, and I sent him 10-gauge wire. So when I got that phone call, I was like, oh, because our thing is like if we make a mistake, we fix it right then. Because these guys get set up ready to pour some concrete. But lucky it wasn't bad. Yeah, guys. So Jeff is getting there pretty damn close to 1,000. Where are you at now, Jeff?
9:15, man. 9:15. Getting there. Yes.
So close. So now, guys, we gotta, if you don't mind, like, show Jeff some love. No, Photon, not in that way. But share him out a little bit, if you will, please. Let's get him over that hump.
Tell your friends. Shout it out. Tweet it out. Tell your mom. Get your sister, whoever. Kiss your sister.
But you're not getting the full experience.
Gosh. Oh
That's
yeah.
too funny.
Mm. Hey, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it, buddy. Man, I'm working on it, buddy. Just having a good time.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Dan. He's a cool guy. He's a
hey,
very cool
Dan,
guy.
seriously, man, look, get up with me, man. I'd love to have you come down to our field. We got a great group of guys. We've got some real nice turbines out there, some gas powers, a lot of
Hmm.
EDFs that we're flying. Just got a great, nice club. A lot of guys, and everybody's willing to help. Loves to fly. We love having Dustin come down. So yeah, just hit me up sometime, man. We love to have you. Bring your planes, man. Pull your trailer down and camp out. Whatever you need to do, man. We'll have a great time, buddy.
George Watts goes, just slip her
Slippery
some
tongue.
tongue. I want to make sure I got that right. Slip her some tongue.
No doubt.
You dirty dog, Mr. Watts. But it's too funny. You're too damn funny. But awesome. So, as you guys know, you guys are regulars for. I think we had one new guy tonight. So just a countdown, shout out real quick. The Air Marshal Monday nights. He is at 8 o'clock. Is that right, Jeff?
Who's that?
Dave Marshall.
He's at 8 o'clock. No, he's at 8 o'clock on Monday nights. Yes.
Right. And then
And
us on.
every first Monday in the month, he is doing the Real Flight 9
Mhm.
fly in with the guys, which I've got to get Real Flight 9 so I can get in that. But that's every first Monday in each month, guys. Dave Marshall will be doing the Real Flight 9 fly in. So you guys come in and he's hosting it, and be a lot of fun, and you can hang out with the guys and fly. And then I think Guniac comes on after Dave Marshall. Him and Nate have a show. And then, of course, on Tuesday night, it's Dustin and myself. It's Dustin one week and Jeff's Custom RC the next. And Dustin, guys, if you don't know, it's Raven Rock Machine and Aviation. You need to take that. Sit down, okay?
I know, man. I know. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Here, because we're about to get off. The guys are in the channel. Leave me your thoughts about this. I've actually thought about honestly splitting up the channels. If I do, I'll keep this one, and this will be like Raven Rock RC. And then I'll just do like Raven Rock Machining. That way I can keep my subs and stuff here.
You did used to have it Raven Rock Aviation.
No, it was always Raven Rock Machine, and then I started putting RC videos on it as well, and that's how it came to be Raven Rock Machine and Aviation. But yeah, it's long as hell. I know. I hate myself for it as well. But leave me your guys' thoughts in the comments below. I like feedback. It's
Dave Marshall, sick, man.
what do you say?
This Dave Marshall, he's sick. He's sick. This man's got a problem. He's got too much free time on his hands, literally. Okay.
Does Futaba make biplanes? Dang, I'm about to get off too. Oh, I'm surprised you can get it up. I'm kidding.
Oh no, you didn't. Oh no.
Hey, if you ever if you ever come live and all of a sudden you hear
Damn. Oh Lord.
Look.
Okay,
look,
so
he's
so
the quarterback.
So then on Wednesdays,
I'm not doing
we have
that.
Ethan RC with Channel 6 Flaps. And then after that, we have GB Linden's Hump Day RC on, what is that, 9 o'clock Wednesday, 9:30?
Yeah, 9 o'clock Eastern time because he's on the West Coast.
Yes.
And then on Thursday, we have the marathon of Kenny Hanger 51.
Yeah.
Love that guy. Then the George Watts, Dustin for the win.
Damn.
Jermaine, he's like, had to put my beer down. And then of course on Friday we have Mr. Dave's RC. So he finally hit 1,000. Great to him, as well as both Daves, Dave Marshall, the Air Marshal RC, and Dave's RC. Do you remember Dave talking about giving away when he hit 1,000 a big prize?
Yes, yes, I do. I thought it was a Motion RC plane of your choice.
Yeah, I
Is
think
what
he had
I.
like a $500 limit on it, but I'd be like, man, here's $50. I'm getting an 810. Or give me that gift card. Oh man.
Damn, $50. Hey, you know what we need to do? We need to get
Dave,
Dave
love your
Marshall when he
comment.
comes down here to get your F-18. We need to get him and you and myself and Dan and all everybody come to our field and we all fly together and just have a killer weekend, man. And just and we probably could get Chris RC Demon Driver to come as well.
Oh
But,
yeah,
he's not.
maybe we can get Ethan as well. That'd be some good exposure
Yeah, yeah.
for
Ethan,
them.
Channel 6. Yeah, man, we have a large time. We're actually going to have a big jet fly in the fall at our field, man. Brian from Hangar 18 is going to come down. I definitely want to get RC Demon Driver to come because, he's built the big airliners.
That'd be sick to see
Yeah,
that fly.
yeah. So we're definitely going to have some good times. But several of the guys have been talking about camping out there and just grilling one night, doing some night flying with like the new Timber X night plane, and just having a good time, man. Like I said, we got a great place out there and have a good time.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
Brian too. And then on, who do we have on Saturday? Seems like we had one guy. I can't remember his name. Uh,
Wait, um,
fuck, what's his name?
damn.
It ain't Leroy. Leroy Jenkins. No, it ain't
That would
him.
be Leroy LaRue.
Ah, crap. What's his name?
It's something about media, something with media. Ryan, media, website. Yeah, I think we all
I don't
know.
even think he's in here anymore because I don't see him. I figured he'd comment by
Oh,
now.
he's lurking. Don't let him. He's working on a plane, man. He's lurking. You know he's there. He's
Oh,
always there.
man.
King Rat is somewhere in the house. All right,
Mhm.
there he is. I told you. There he is.
Why haven't I seen him yet?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
there.
there he is. There he showed up on my
Yes. So we have Pilot Ryan on the Pilot Ryan Media Pilots Lounge Saturday nights. Check out the links, guys, for all of your airplane needs from Arrows to Horizon Hobby and much, much more. HSD jets. Yeah, Brian's got it going on, man. Check out his links.
chat. He's the one-stop shop for show.
Yes, click on those links. Also, check out GB Linden has a lot of links, guys. Check him out. He's doing a lot, and it helps all these guys' channels, man. One day we'll be there, and we'll be wanting you to forget about them and click on our links. Just saying. So enjoy it. Enjoy
Nah,
the
you gotta
moment.
spread the wealth. You gotta spread the wealth. But yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody. Oh, sorry, we got Mary Boozer on Sunday again. I'm so
Of
sorry. We're all about.
course.
I didn't mean to jump over like that. My bad.
Yeah, whatever.
We got, of course, we got the Boozer family, Papa Boozer, and
Yes,
and
sir.
Wesley and Lori on Sundays at 8. So tune in to those guys. Hopefully to see some stuff as far as that P-47 get built. Man,
Yes.
look. So true story. I saw that video and I was on Motion's website. I almost like bought it, even though I have no reason to buy another plane right now because I ain't got time to fly right now. So
You don't fly nothing you got. So,
I know, Dad.
well, just saying.
I mean, I will fly like the smaller stuff, and I'll fly like my Carbon Z Cub at my parents. But like my F-22 can't fly, A-10 can't fly, and it's like I haven't flown in so long. I really,
F-14.
yeah, that's another one. I finally got it back together. Done the
Yeah.
taxi test, done some power up tests. It's
Hey, you and Dave's RC could do a video flying y'all's F-14s at some point.
Oh hell no! You saw him hit that tree. I have just as much bad luck as he's got. Lord have
Damn. He does
mercy.
have his batteries now, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Kick
But
him in
he's
the
up in
nut.
like he's up in Maine, New England.
Yeah.
I know he's a Patriots fan, so wherever they're out of, I'm not into football. And Carolina Panthers, they
New
suck.
England, New England, New England, man. He's a Bostonian, where they have carpeting and they park the car in the yard.
I'm about to park my car, my foot up your ass. That was a bad impersonation.
and he kicked him in the ding ding.
Oh Lord! All right,
Man.
Mark
We're getting
Wahlberg.
stupid now, man.
Yeah,
This
we
is just getting. Damn. Oh, Lord.
But awesome, guys. And just a heads up, I am working on. If you have an F-18, I'm working on the battery reinforcement plate, just like on the F-18, or excuse me, F-14s. Probably about another, let's say 2 weeks. I'm about to pull the trigger on some new equipment so I can make those a lot faster. And I don't have a lot of process or what they call post-process work, which means once it gets done, there's a lot of like deburring, sanding, and stuff like that. This would be like you just put it in, run it, comes out, and now it's a finished product. There's no post-process finishing in it, so that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sweet.
that's all I got, my friend. Anything
Yeah,
else?
I think it's been another good, exciting Tuesday night, man, and it is what it is.
Yes, sir. Awesome, guys. Well, I appreciate each and every one of y'all tuning in tonight. You guys have a safe week. Be good.
Check out
Again,
Raven
peace
Rock
out.
Machine and Aviation, guys. If you haven't checked them out, be sure to click, like, and subscribe. Tell your friends. Jeff's Custom RC. Definitely check that out. Like and subscribe. Turn on your notifications to all.
Hit that bell notification because, well, since people are basically back at work, YouTube's been acting better. But just so you get that notification you'll get an email as well that that we're about to go live. Because on my channel, since I don't have a lot of videos out, I don't do nearly as much videos as Jeff does. So I don't have that pool like he does. And a lot of the viewers were saying like they didn't know that we switch every week. They thought it was just a bi-weekly show. But no, it's not. It's every week.
Bi-weekly.
Do what now?
I said you're sounding a little scary there with your bi-weekly.
Oh, heaven forbid.
And switching,
I'm a switch hitter. But awesome, guys. All right, you guys stay safe. Have a good week. Have a good weekend. Be good, and we'll catch you next week on Fight Club.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
See y'all.